There are hundreds of lists of pros and cons between Slack and Teams with 100 arguments of why one is better than the other. And if that's what you're looking for, this video is probably not for you. You could just Google Team versus Slack and look at the many helpful articles you're going to find there. But that's not even the question you should be asking yourself. Let me break it down for you. All right, so you're probably going through that process and you're trying to decide whether or not to use Slack or Teams, and you'll notice that there's just way too many hot takes on why one is often better than the other for you. But realistically, Teams and Slack is not the choice you should be making. You're really making the choice of setting up your whole team between Microsoft 365 or rolling out Google Workspace. So the easy way to answer the Teams versus Slack question is to answer this question: will I use Microsoft or Google for my productivity applications? Teams is included with Microsoft 365. So if you're going to use Microsoft Office apps, then you're going to want to use Teams for your messaging since it's already included at no additional cost, and it already integrates with all of your other applications your team will be using, like Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. There's no point in paying for another messaging app when you're already paying for one. Now, Google Workspace, they don't really have a messaging app built in. They have the ability to be able to direct message or group message people, but it's not a full-on suite like Teams and Slack. And you can't just get Teams unless you have all the Microsoft apps. So honestly, you're not going to use Teams if you're using Google Workspace, as you're just going to be double paying for services. What you're going to want to do is probably add Slack for messaging. All right, so is there other productivity suites outside of Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace? Of course, yes. But for most companies, the choice will be between these two. And are there other messaging apps outside of Teams and Slack? Yeah, but again, for most businesses in 2023, the choice should be between one of these two. To be honest, there's only a minor difference between the functionality, availability, and the cost of Microsoft 365 and Google Workspace. So to us, the choice really comes down to just a few things. What application are your teams most comfortable with? Microsoft or Google? If most of your team prefers Gmail and Google Sheets, go with Google. Easy choice. Now, if your team knows Word and Excel and likes working in those apps, then go with Microsoft 365. Either way, go with which one you're most comfortable with. Do you like either company better? Google, Microsoft? You see, cultures and values are way more important these days than in the past. Do you have any personal issues with either company, or you just feel like one or the other fits the values of you and your company? Simple choice. Go with that one. If you already have an IT company and it's awesome and you trust them and they offer licensing or support for one or the other, then that's a strong argument to go in that direction. In our opinion, finding a good IT partner is much harder than choosing between Microsoft 365 or Google Workspace. Lastly, if you don't have an awesome IT company that you trust, call us. Give us a chance to explain the ins and outs of both options, and we'll tell you what we would do if we were in your shoes. And we'll be honest about what we think the right choice would be for you, whether that means Slack or Google or Microsoft, or even if System 7 is the wrong or the right choice for you. Thanks for sticking around hearing my opinion about Slack and Teams. If you're still stuck on which one you should go with, give us a call. We'd be more than happy to talk it out and make sure you make the right choice for you and your company. And I got some good news for you. If this video helped you make a decision, we've got tons of other videos on our channel that will help you make different decisions about your technology needs for your company. And as always, you guys have a good one.